Going live, three, two, one, and it looks we're live. Hey, Internet friends, this is Magic Brad, Synergy Cafe Online, and we have a special guest here. I think she's from the Midwest area. Her name is Maddie Brown, and she knows about numbers and taxes and things of that sort. Maddie, are you there?
I am here.
Am I right? Are you from Iowa or Idaho or Ohio?
Iowa, right in the middle.
Iowa. I know where Iowa is because I lived in Minnesota for a long time. So we're neighbors.
Yay! And now you're in beautiful Asheville.
It is different. You know, I lived in Minneapolis for 55 years, and then I decided I wanted to pull up stakes, and we moved down here, and it's nicer weather and mountains, and you can kind of see behind me. I've got the mountains behind me, and I'm out on the porch right now just kind of hanging out.
Beautiful.
Mobilepreneur. So in Synergy Cafe, what we do is we ask you a few questions, the basics of the who, what, where, when, why, and how, and all those things. So first off, Maddie, who are you?
Well, my name is Maddie Brown, and I am a CPA. I passed the CPA exam in 1981, so I've been a CPA for quite a long time. And I have worked in public accounting, and I have also worked for the government, and I've done a lot of training and education on how to be in compliance with tax law and how to understand what your responsibilities are. And I've worked with literally thousands of small businesses in the last 30 years.
Wow. See, now, I know you from some of these conferences, Suzanne Evans and things of that sort, and at first I thought you were just a tax person, but you actually have been doing this for a long time and have quite a conglomerate of people that you work with. But back to the who, just to get to know more about you. Do you have kids? Do you have dogs, animals, husband?
I am married. I married my high school sweetheart, and we've been married for 35 years this year.
Wow.
And we have two toy poodles, Lily and Trixie, and we have a ragdoll cat named Annie. And Lily and Trixie are the princesses of the household. They pretty well run the show, and Steve and I cater to their every whim.
Okay, it's always good to know who we're talking to, because I believe that the video like this is one of the best ways to know, like, and trust somebody when you're working with them. So I always like to find out more about who you are, so we know you're not some con man or con woman over in Sri Lanka trying to steal our money or whatever. So we know you're real. We know how to get a hold of you. You're in Iowa.
I'm in Iowa, and you can get a hold of me at MaddieBrown.com.
Okay. Okay, and then, so where do you do this? Do you have like an office? You work out of your house, or do you have a...
I actually have a brick and mortar building on Main Street in a little town called Ottawa, Iowa. And so I have 3 full-time employees that work with me and help me with the services that we provide. And we work with a lot of coaches and solo entrepreneurs and people who are working from home to help them make more money and manage their money and really get the best tax deductions that they can possibly get, and make sure that they're making the profit that they need to make to live the lives that they want to live.
See, that's really important for a person that is an entrepreneur that's just starting, because if they just started their business, they don't realize that there's a lot of legal tax deductions that they can take so that they're not paying through the nose with taxes. And you're the kind of person that works with those type of people, so they can be able to take advantage of what's available to them. And
well, taxes are a big part of what I do. The majority of what I do is actually function as a virtual CFO for businesses. You know,
okay.
Big companies have a chief financial officer.
Right.
And that chief financial officer looks at their history, looks at their past performance, and looks at what's going on currently, make sure the bills are paid, and they look to the future of where we want to go and what we want things to look like. And so that CFO takes a view of the past, present, and future. And most small businesses can't afford to have someone on their team full time in that capacity. But they need someone to help them manage and understand their business so that they can really keep more money in their pockets and keep more of the money that they work so hard to make. And so I function as a virtual CFO for those small businesses so that they can have that kind of team member for a fraction of the price of what it would cost them to hire someone full time.
Got it. So like back when I graduated from high school in 1975, I got a job and then I quit the full-time job and I went into my own self-employment being a magician. I was doing magic. And through the whole year, you got the feast and famine. And during the holiday season, that's where the money's made. And then it sort of levels out during the rest of the season. So you're the kind of person that will take a look at that map and go, you should save some money because you're going to need it in the fall, right?
Well, I talk about how to cut expenses. I also talk about the importance of focusing on revenue generating activities and looking at alternative means of bringing income in and smoothing cash flow out so that you don't have to struggle in the lean times and you can actually be more consistent throughout the year.
Okay, that's really neat because you working with coaches, you probably have, I mean, you got a lot of experience with other coaches, so if someone is a personal business coach or a wellness coach or a financial consultant, you can probably give them some very good input because you've been there and done this before.
Yes, yes. I have been there and done that, and you know, at the beginning of my practice, about 80 to 90% of my revenues came in from January through April, through tax season. And at this point, as of June 30th this year, we're about 50% from the virtual CFO part of my business and about 50% from the tax business. So that's a pretty good means of leveling out my income throughout the year so that I work with people. So I think people need support in July, August, September, October, November so that they're planning for the best tax breaks throughout the year.
Right. Now, that was one of my next questions. I do the who, what, where, when, and that's the when. When do you work? And it, because a lot of people, these poor tax people, they get crashed around April 15th. But so you basically work with regular office hours, right? Are you
Yes.
like the CPA on call or something too?
Yep, CPA on call. I like that. I am the CPA on call. Yes.
Okay.
That is exactly right, and that's what I do for my virtual CFO clients. I am their CPA on call. They can call me whenever they have questions, whenever they have something come up that they're not sure about, or they're uncertain about making the investment in their business, and if it's something they should do or they shouldn't do, does it make sense? Are they going to make money off of it? Is it going to be profitable for them to do? All of those conversations are things that I have with people that work with me throughout the year.
Got it. Well, I've got one more big question for you, and that's the big question, the big why question. Why do you do this? How come you're not like into hair, taking care of hair, or doing someone's nails, or why aren't you like working on in a foundry? How come you're doing what you're doing? Why is it you do this?
Why is I do this? You know, I love business, and I love money, and I love working with businesses around their money. And I made a particular decision to focus on entrepreneurs and solo people that are in the spiritual realm, in the heart-centered realm, in the coaching realm, because those are the kind of people that I want to hang out with and
Got
I want to spend time with, because they're making a difference in the world, and they are providing services that I think are really essential for us going forward in the world. And so I want to help those people do better in business. I think that the spiritual world needs more business sense, and the business world needs more spirituality.
very
And
well put.
so I'm a bridge between the two. And so most of my clients are people that really love the synergy of the universe,
Oh,
and
I like that word, synergy.
yes, and there is a synergy from everyone working together towards creating a happier and a more pleasant and a more enjoyable and a more successful place to live. And I approach things holistically from that framework around money. And so it is important to me that people's businesses support them in their lives and in their dreams and in everything they want to do in the world. And so when I work with someone, that that holistic view helps me to really see their business and take them in a way that creates greater good for everyone.
Got it. Well, that's really nice to hear that, because that's a lot of what Synergy Cafe is all about. It's taking the online chatter and bringing it into real life activity, so we can actually talk to real people, and that's good to know. So with that, I would like to, I don't like I said, I don't like to keep these things too long, so I like to make them short, sweet, and we can do some more later down the road, maybe on a specific topic of tax planning or bookkeeping or investing, and we could do more on that on the umbrella topic of finance. But before we go, is there anything else you want to say? And you have some repeat your web links and things of that sort so people can get a hold of you.
Okay, well, my website is very easy to remember. It's maddiebrown.com. That's MADDIEBROWN.com. There is a free report there that is good for businesses that are just getting started, and I'd encourage you to download those 25 tips to make and keep more money in your business. And there I also offer always an introductory conversation to see what your next steps are. And you are welcome to sign up for that and let me know. That is always a complimentary session, so we know exactly what is beneficial to you and what you need at this stage in your business. And it's different for everybody because everybody's in a different spot.
Sure.
And so I like to encourage people to really have a clear vision of where they want their business to be in 12 months, in 18 months, so that they can have greater success in bringing that into reality. And that's one of the things that I specialize in helping people do.
Okay, well, appreciate that very much. I'm going to sign this off and let it propagate up to YouTube and out into the internet. And I want to thank you for being here. And please stay on. I'd like to chat with you a little bit after, but I'm going to stop the broadcast now. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in here and seeing what Maddie has to say. And thank you, Maddie, for being here and being able to do this Hangout. So appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Okay, thank you. Peace, love, and happiness.